Good people, I have a nice deviation securement solution that I want to share with you today. Now, if you're like most of us, you probably have all your deviations spread out in your territory. Maybe not as bad as this, but you get the point. Today, I'll show you a solution to keep all your deviations happy in one centralized area. Let's get right to it. We start with a 3x3 grid of fortifications like this, and then we build double walls around the fortification. Of course, we need a door, so let's add that. Great. We also need to add 4 walls in the center of the structure. This will come in handy later in the process. Now let's add some roof pieces and create some hiding places for some stuff we'll put there later. Doesn't look like much, but trust me, we'll get there. Now it's time to place securement units. We place them all around the center, but make sure you have a small gap between them in the center. You can see the gap illustrated with a red line in the image on screen as well. Awesome, now we place the 20 sec units, so let's continue with the rest of the structure. Now, I usually place some lighting in the gaps on each side. Light things up nicely. This is not required, of course, but I like having it. And there. Perfect. And now it's time to add crops and flowers to the structure. Lots of deviations love them, so they are needed. Just make sure that you plant them before placing them. And then let's finally cover them with a roof piece. Awesome. Some deviations want to be entertained, so let's add a radio. And by the way, don't forget to turn it on before placing it in the center. I've made that mistake multiple times. There, and we also need to place down a toy, so put down any toy of your choice. The radio and the toy will reach all securement units from here. It's time to give our structure a roof, so let's do that. Time for lighting. I usually paint the center to make alignment easier. We just place 3 of each light in the center on each side like this. A good thing is that the lights go through walls and roof parts, so this will illuminate all securement units as well. Now, about that gap, it's actually a thermal boundary. We'll have 2 sides, one for hot and one for cold. Let's place some deviations preferring different heat levels at the thermal boundary just to test it later. I've already placed them on the other side. On the same side as the door, let's put down some furnaces. One to the left and right. On the opposite side of the door, we'll place a fridge. There. Let's check if the thermal boundary is working. The heat is working well. But it seems the cold isn't. We need to adjust the positioning of the fridge to solve this. By the way, remember to test the centers as well. Sometimes it can be buggy. Fridges overrides the heat, so keep that in mind. After some tweaking, this is what ended up working for me. I placed 2 fridges like this, while the furnaces stayed in their original positions. Some deviations want electricity, so that's what we'll configure next. It's easy. We just place a terminal behind the walls. Let's place it between the lights. And then connect our securement units to this terminal. Now for the power source. I'll build a solar generator here just to demonstrate, but you can connect it to your main grid however you like. Now we just connect the deviations that need electricity to the terminal. Simply add more power to your grid as needed. And my friends, that's it. A simple structure keeping all our deviations happy in one centralized location. One thing to remember, grow rooms can be an issue sometimes since they harvest your stuff. So if you're using them, you might have to replant your crops now and then. So we have one thing left to do, and that is to save the structure. So let's save it as a single structure and name it something like deviation storage. And that's it. What solutions are you using for your deviations? Do you have a better way to set them all up? Got some tips? Leave a comment and tell us all about it. And that's it for this video. Have an awesome day everyone.